rockets took off from 3 different places on Earth.
Oh, Susanna Hoboken.
First, there was an American happily singing an old folk tune. In the second, there was a Russian singing the song of the Volga boatman. Chinese singing a beautiful song, though the other 2 thought he was all out of tune.
wanted to be the first man to set foot on Mars because he wanted to show that he was the best. It so happened that the American didn't like the Russian, and the Russian didn't like the Chinese, and the Chinese was suspicious of the other two. This was because the American, to greet somebody, said, "How do you do?" "How do you do?" And the Russian said, "Привет." "Привет." And the Chinese said, "Ni hao." "Ni hao." They didn't understand one another, and each thought the other two were peculiar.
Since all three of them were very smart, they landed on Mars at almost the same time. They got out of their spacesuits, wearing their helmets and their spacesuits.
On the horizon, there were red mountains that gave off eerie flashes. The astronauts looked at the landscape. They looked at one another distrustfully, and each kept his distance.
Then night fell. There was a curious silence all around, and Earth shone in the sky as if it were a distant star. The astronauts felt sad and lost, and in the darkness, the American called for his mother. "Mommy," he said. "Mommy!" "Mamushka," said the Russian, and the Chinese said, "Mama." "Mama!" But they realized, almost at once, that they were saying the same thing and feeling the same feelings. So they smiled at one another, moved closer, and let a nice little cry. Each sang the song of his home country. Their spirits were raised, and as the days were morning, they got to know one another.
Get in your circles.
Mom, Daddy, what did Sissy choose to eat?
Don't get stuff on it.
I don't know what she chose to go eat, buddy.
Show me you're ready by your heads down.
Right.
One, two, three, four.
Early morning came. It was very cold. Suddenly from a clump of trees a Martian appeared. He was truly horrible to look at. Green all over with hair and antenna instead of ears. A trunk and 6 arms. Which in his language meant, my goodness, what are these languages? But the Earthlings didn't understand him and believed he had uttered a war growl.
The Martians were so different from them, they weren't able to understand him or love him. All three immediately felt like fighting him. Now that the astronauts were faced with this monster, their little differences vanished. What did it matter if they spoke different languages? They realized that all three of them were human beings.
But this other one wasn't. He was too ugly. And the Earthlings thought that everybody who was ugly was also bad. So they decided to kill them with their atomic disintegrator.
shivering with cold and fear. It cheeped that spring, more or less like a little bird on earth. It was heartbreaking. The American, the Russian, and the Chinese looked at it and couldn't help but shed a tear of pain.
At the moment, something strange happened. The Martians went over to the bird, looked at it, and puffed 2 jets of smoke from his trunk. And the Earthlings all at once realized that the Martian was crying in his own Martian way.
Prove that by saying.
The Chinese turned toward his 2 friends from Earth. You see, he said, we thought this monster was different from us, but he likes animals too, and he can cry. He has a heart, and surely he has a brain as well. Do you still think we should kill him? There was really no need to ask.
The Earthlings have learned their lesson by now. Just because 2 creatures are different, they don't have to be enemies. So each went over to the Martian with his hand extended. And since the Martian had 6, he could shake his hands to all 3 astronauts at once. At the same time, he could do joyfully with his other hand. Pointing to the Earth up there in the sky, he indicated that he would like to take a trip to meet the Earthlings and figure out with them the way to found a great republic of space, where everybody could live happily ever after. Delighted, the astronaut said yes.
And to celebrate the occasion, they offered him a little bottle of cool water they had brought from Earth. Overjoyed, the Martian stuck his trunk into the bottle and inhaled a healthy swig. Then he announced that he liked this drink a lot, even though it went to his head. And so the visitors realized that on Earth and on the other planets too, each one has his ways, and it's simply a matter of reaching an understanding.
Make sure I thank you. That was the introduction. Thank you very much for your support. We had a lot of fun putting this program together, and they liked the glow-in-the-dark props, as you can see and hear as well. We are going to actually get in our astronaut spaceships and leave the jet before you do, and we're going to kind of dance our way out of here. So my spaceship people, get your spaceships, and they will meet you outside as they fly away. Great job, guys.